So things are working out for them. Everywhere you go, that black slave, we are separated. We are demarcated. You know, the different countries. You can travel from one place to the other. So we can't even think together. And that's bringing us that everything we do, it doesn't go well. And thank God Ibrahim Traore is setting a good example that even one person, look at what I'm doing. So think about the whole of Africa. Think about what we can do. Get out of the churches, okay? Put your boots on the ground. Use your head. Use your coconut. I don't know what's in other people's head. You know, I have a brain, but it looks like a lot of people have coconuts in their head. You know, God created it. He gave us brains. He gave us hands. He gave us mouth to talk. You can yap. You know, you can speak the truth. You can lie. You know, nobody cares. You can lie and get yourself into trouble. These hands, you can steal and get yourself into trouble. Okay, yeah. These legs, you know, you can kick somebody, get yourself in trouble. You know, I'm black belt in karate. You know, do I go out beating people? No, I don't. Unless somebody threatens me. If I see that my life is in danger, trust me, I can use my hands. You know. So, Yahuda, I'm getting nervous because tomorrow is Sunday. They will put on their nicest dresses and their nicest shoes, dress like they're going to club, and go sit at church. Everybody has money in their pocket. I wanna open a church because it's a good business. I'll do that in my basement here, and then I think I'll collect. If you don't have $1,000 for collection, don't come. Okay. So Yahuda, what's going on? Do we have to look to a God for prosperity, or whatever we do with our lives can bring us prosperity? Let's dive into that, please. Anyway, welcome to Conscious Gang. Yeah, man.
Thank you very much. Let me see. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to Conscious Vibes viewers and followers. Thank you for joining us every Saturday on Conscious Vibe Radio and TV. Very soon, we are going to hold Conscious Media in Ghana, and very soon, we are going to scatter Africa everywhere. Respect. So, guys, thank you. Share the video, like, and follow, please, on our handles, YouTube, Conscious Vibe Radio and TV, TikTok, Conscious Vibe Radio and TV,
yeah, man.
Facebook, Conscious Vibe Radio and TV,
yeah, man.
All social media handles, we are there.
Yeah, man.
I want to, the second thanks goes to you for giving me this opportunity to share my little knowledge. Let me see, for some years now, because I think we started last year and we are still going.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I always remember one thing you said is people don't meet for just in vain. We meet for a purpose.
Yeah, man.
And I think this is the purpose. We are here to enlighten black people, to restore Africa, to call black people home, and remind black people, before slavery, we were somebody. Now, today, the topic is, Asemu, you just said something. You see, anytime you come, before I will even come, I think we call Adebi Tofa to summarize the topic, even we go to the topic. What topic and Tofa? You have summarized everything.
I like people to understand what we're going to talk about, so they can dive into it.
Yes,
yes, man. Yeah.
Yes. So you give the example, so when we are talking, people get us well. Let me thank all our viewers. You see, this world looks like an animal jungle. Everybody is finding a way to survive.
Yes.
So when the lion is chasing the antelope, the lion doesn't see that he's committing a crime. But do you know something? In the Bible, there is a prayer called Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. For thy is the kingdom. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us this day our daily bread, and deliver us from evil. Evil. Yeah. Now, once upon a time, a lion is chasing an antelope. Where the lion say, give us this day our daily bread. Where the antelope say, deliver us from evil. Now, if you are to be a God, whose prayer are you going to answer? Will you answer a lion, give us this day our daily bread? or you answer the antelope, deliver us from evil. Because if you deliver the antelope from the evil, the lion is going to sleep angry.
Yep.
If you don't deliver the antelope, that means you also answer the prayer of the lion.
Yes.
That means to deliver us from evil, you didn't answer the prayer of the antelope. Now, everything stands on your effort.
Yeah, man.
For the lion to succeed, it is not God. It is by his speed, his skills.
Yes.
For the antelope to also to survive,
escape, yep.
It is not by God. It is by his experience or by its skills and experience. That is how this world is.
Wow.
It is like this. I don't know how to put it in English. You see, animal like cow or animal like dog.
Yes.
You always see either they are amputee. You see some animal will be there.
Yep. I can't remember the English name for that, but some raw. Yeah.
The animal will be sucking the dog's blood.
Yep.
That is where he feed. It's like a chopping human being. That is where the tonton must hear, they must eat. So some people intentionally study this and they say, no, we want to make from people.
Yeah.
We want to be successful. And the only thing we can do is to dupe people. They discover one thing and they use that thing against humanity.
Yeah, man.
Everybody individually has something to give. Everybody has something to give. So if you don't take care of your gift, somebody will overcome you and misuse your gift. That is what they did to us.
Wow.
So, to be success, why do we need to be success? What is success? In a system, in a community, where people have good accommodation, where people have something to eat, where people have something to wear, we are okay. Because in this life, we need only 3 things to be succeed, to survive. Number one,
to survive, man.
What you eat.
Food.
Number 2, food you eat. Number 2, where you sleep. Your accommodation. Number 3, your shelter. So the food you eat, your accommodation, and your shelter. That is all. We suffer because of these 3 things. When you go out, you are going to look for money. Either the money goes for food, or either the money end up in your accommodation, or either that money end up by your shelter. So, if we can get a system where that system can provide our food, if we can get a system where that system can provide our accommodation, if we can get a system where that system can provide our shelter, we are okay.
That's true.
So before I proceed, let's go to US.
Okay.
Let's check something. I'll come to the Bible and tell you why they use the Bible to brainwash us and why we accept a divine being called God to help us. I'll come with the Bible.
Okay.
When you go to Europe, they created a system where there are jobs. The job will pay you. There is a system where the government will build 2,000 of houses, which goes the same style.
Yes.
There is a system where the government will provide 2,000 cars with the same model.
Okay.
So the government say, come and do work and pay it small by small, little by little.
Yes.
So if you come to my house, the house I am having, you have the same house.
Same house, yeah.
If you go to the next house, the same house.
Yep.
If you go to the next house, the same house.
Just like
is there going to be
like an estate, like Ghana, let's say Kwadaso estate or whatever.
Like an estate.
Yes, man.
So we all have the same thing in common. Number 2, the car you have, I have the same car.
Same car, yeah.
The car your brother has, somebody has the same car.
Same car, yeah.
In this case, we all have the same thing. No jealousy, no greed. So where a system can provide such things, everybody is equal successful. I think you are getting my point.
I get your point. Yeah, there will be no enviness
Now,
because everybody's got the same thing. So yeah, okay.
Now, let's come to my country. Let's come to my continent, Africa.
Yeah, man.
Finally, let's come to Ghana.
Aye.
This is why religion has took over the people's brain. You see, anytime we come here, we want to talk about our brain. The brain is the power bank in the engine house of every human being.
Oh, wow.
So anytime you allow yourself for somebody to rob your brain, that means the person has robbed your entire generation.
Yeah, man.
That is what they did to us.
That's powerful.
So they started from our great-grandfathers.
Okay.
They stole their brain. And now we are suffering because of that. According to Matthew chapter 19, about to start.
Okay, go ahead.
And verses number 26. You see, when they brought the Bible, let me take the New Testament in whole.
Okay.
They say the New Testament is called gospel.
Gospel. Yeah,
gospel. The true meaning is ghost spell. Ghost spell.
Really?
When we talk about spell, it's a reciting of words. I can cast spell on you. So anytime somebody casts a spell on you, the person damages your brain. So when they bring the gospel, which is the ghost spell, they cast a spell in our brain and damage our brain. This is one. Let me quote it.
Wow.
Matthew chapter 19.
That's beautiful.
And verses number 26.
Okay.
Matthew 19:26. Let's listen and listen carefully and listen good. You were talking about Captain Tuare.
Yes.
Now Captain Tuare has been my dream point. Anytime I sleep, I see him in my dream because I now have Captain Tuare in my brain. So anytime I have to dream about him.
Yes.
Now, Matthew chapter 19 and verses number 26. These are some of the spell. These are some of the words they put in our brain that make us, our brain cannot think for we to succeed in life because they have to break the brain down. See, religion cannot give us the ability to think. Our faculty is low. Religion makes us to be moron. We cannot think critically. I was trying to explain two words, thinking and reasoning.
Yeah, two things.
People can think. People can think, but few can reason. If you come to tree, there were all journey and susu asem ho. Amount for journey. But kakrebi ni susu asem ho. So plenty people can think, but few people can reason. Now, Matthew 19 and verse 26. Jesus looked at them and said, with man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. Now, they casted a spell. They destroy your brain by telling you with man is impossible, but with God, all things are possible.
Wow.
Now, they have taken the power in you, telling you it is impossible to you.
For you to do anything.
So in the name of religion, people think they cannot do nothing until God intervenes. Until God interfere or intervene.
Wow.
Point number one, that is what they do. So until we know it is possible, we can do it. We will always expect God from somewhere to come and do what we can do to us. Or to come and do what we can do for us.
For us, yeah.
So in the first place, they told you it is impossible for you. You cannot do it. They give you limit of thinking.
Limited you, yep.
Now, let me go here. Proverbs chapter 20. Proverbs chapter, I'm coming.
Please like and share. When you come, like and share. I want people to come.
This is our problem. So, a guy was telling me, I say religion is no good. What has religion done to people? People don't know when they were bringing Christianity to Africa. People thought they were preaching to people to accept Jesus. They never knew it was a crusade. Once upon a time, the people who brought you religion didn't bring the Bible. Oh, Sister Mabna, it is saying, they thought it was like they were preaching as now. It was by crusading, unaliving people, buying people, cumming people, kick people until people accepted it. Now, Proverbs chapter 3. About to read. These are the words they cast in our brain. That is why we lack ability of reasoning and ability of thinking critically. So when somebody tells you, with you it is impossible, but with God it is possible. That means the person is telling you until God take place, there are things you cannot do. That was our downfall. If they were allow us to use our brain critically, yes. Now Proverbs chapter 3. I'm reading verses number 5.
Okay.
Now, Proverbs 3:5. I want you to listen and listen good.
Okay.
I am telling you what religion has done to the black man. Why black man always expecting a God before his success? Black man think if a God doesn't interfere, if a God doesn't come into his life or her life, she or he cannot succeed. I am telling you, they cast a spell in our brain. Now, Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and learn not on your own understanding.
Oh my God.
Learn not on your own understanding. That means everything you do, don't do it with your understanding, but trust in the Lord. Do you see a spell? Do you see what he told you?
You see, I never think about things like that until, when you start talking about them, then, something goes like, because it's become it's a formality right now, so people don't draw back, sit back and then analyze what they're doing and why they're doing it. They just do it because it's a formality. Sorry. So we keep doing it, So, like you said, it's a generational curse. You said that already. So if your father took you to church, if your mother took you to church, whatever, and they indoctrinated you, to believe in some crap, then somebody taught them, and that person somebody taught them. So I understand where you're coming from, and it's very complicated. We think it's simple, but it's very complicated. Go ahead.
So, Mr. Reggie, let me start and add verses. I want to break it down.
Okay.
I'm telling people, Africa, we are poor, number one. Africa, black people are expecting a God to come and do something for them because of the West, because of the spells, because of what they told our brain. And these are some of the things they told our brain. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. I repeat myself. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. And lean not on your own understanding. Verse 6. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. That means we are waiting for a God to make our path straight. Point number 1.
God. Go ahead.
Are you getting my point?
I got you. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
So, the China man, the India man will never say this.
No.
The Chinese, the Indian will never accept this.
Yahuda, give me 1 second. I remember I saw something on YouTube. I think a while back, 6 months or a year ago or something. There were a bunch of Pentecostal leaders, elders or whatever. They assembled in a Galamsey area and was praying to God.
Side.
Yeah, praying to God to stop Galamsey. What is it called? Galamsey, right? Galamsey. They were praying to a God to stop Galamsey. If I was there, I would have, given the boys money to go and whip them, just beat them, That's a plain. You see these elderly guys, 60 years, 75 years, standing there.
You're listening to Conscious Vibes.
Instead of taking the case to the police and seeing to the police taking action, Now look, they're standing there praying to a God to come and stop. That's stupid. I mean, if somebody from an advanced country sees that, and the second one was a bunch of ministers or whatever gathered around a transformer which wasn't working and praying for the transformer to work. You see, you have to go there.
Even in Nigeria, there was a fire outbreak, and churches were praying to stop the fire.
That's plain stupid. You know, the guys need to, when they start doing that, you need to whip them. I'm telling you. These young guys that you don't believe in this shit, go show them that there's nothing there. If there's a God that can put out that fire, then if I whip you, then the God should beat me too, right? So you have to go there and put some sense in these guys' heads, all right? Go ahead. I mean, there's too much stupidity going on in Africa.
So, Mr. Man, the first point we have to make is they took away our brain ability, the brain capacity, the brain power, the brain faculty. They have to destroy them.
Oh, my God.
By casting spell on our brain. Because as soon as they get in touch to your brain, you are dead.
Yeah,
you are gone.
Disconnected.
Yes, it is disconnected. So they told you are nothing if God doesn't interfere. You are nothing if a spirit didn't come and help you. So Africa, we thought our success is in the hands of some God in the sky. So whatever we are doing it, let me say 20%. We leave 80% to a God to come and complete it or to come and finish it.
Yeah.
Are you getting my point?
I get you, yeah. I got you.
That is the problem of us.
It makes me sad, though. You know.
So, you see, success is not in the hands of any God.
No.
Everybody has his way of making his success. Success, God doesn't make people success. You are the person who will make yourself to be success.
Build your future. Yep.
Everything depends upon you. Everything is in your hands. Because the God we claim who created us gave us power and ability that we can take control of ourselves. So I have my power, you have your power. But because they cast the spell on us, yes, we lost. We are expecting a God somewhere to come and do something.
Yahuda, listen. Yahuda, let me tell you something. Not to cut you off. Stay on course and know where you're stopping, so you can start from there. All right. When I came to the United States many years ago, I was driving a bread truck. All right, I was selling bread, driving a bread truck. All right. So I saw a whitey driving a nice car. So I approached him. I'm like, how can you drive such an expensive car? And the first thing he asked me, he didn't ask me if I go to church, if I'm a Catholic or Methodist. He asked me, have you been to school before? I'm like, yeah, I went to school in Africa. And then he asked me my level of education. I'm like, I told him what, and he was like, no, you got to start going to school here. We have to look into the future and start going to school. So I came home, and then he's like, go to your neighborhood, go to the community, whatever, and then, find colleges there, go to the universities in your neighborhood. And then, of course, US here, we got universities everywhere. I used to live in Michigan. You got, Michigan State, Ferry State, Western Michigan, a lot of universities. So I came home, and I'm like, okay, let me do my research. Yahuda, trust me, when I realized that education here, the system here in America was education, I gave my life to education. I was sleeping 3 hours a day. For 3 hours a day for many years, and I got some degrees, and that's where I started from, So I got to a point where I was like, okay, when I finished my second degree, I finished on, I graduated on Monday. On Wednesday I got a job. All right. And that's where I've been. I've never been sweating anymore. All right, because I'm not rich, but I don't put too much effort. That's what I'm trying to say.
I get it. I get you.
So you have to understand the system. If I had gone sitting to a church and paying pastors to pray for me, so life would be better. Whilst the life is out there, it's at the universities, it's at the polytechnics, okay, it's at the nursing schools. You see what I'm saying?
You're listening to
the God that you're looking for is out there and it's inside you. All right? So if you're gonna rely on some church principles that if you pay more, you see the problem is these guys, they've given up living here on earth because they've been told there's a better place in heaven. That's the whole problem. That we don't need this earth. So that's the whole problem.
These are some of the spell I'm talking about. These are some of the words they put in our brain. You see, in the name of their words, we don't value where we are.
Exactly.
So your life is in your hands, but because of religion and how do you call it, slavery, they told us our life is in the hands of God. So if God didn't come in, we are nobody. When we are expecting God, they are doing it for themselves.
Excuse me, if you look at the neighborhoods, look at the communities, look at the churches and the mosques in the communities, and look at the buildings that the people live in. Some don't even have private places. Here we call the bathroom. There are some houses in Africa that don't have bathroom. You got to go to a public place. That's here. It's here, up here. It's a coconut. It's not a brain. It's a coconut up there. You see what I'm saying? Nice mosque, nice churches, poor neighborhoods. What is going on, Yahuda? Anyway, go ahead.
You see, in conclusion, everything is in the brain, as you were saying. Because if your brain is damaged, automatically your whole life is damaged. Because they know that is where people has to decide, where people belongs to, where people has to do their decision. So they have to take the original brain from your head and fix some words in your brain by telling you that with man, things are impossible, but with God, all things are possible. So you see yourself inferior. You see yourself, I cannot do it without God. You see yourself, you are nobody. You see yourself, if God didn't come in, you cannot do nothing. That is what they did to us. I wanted to read the Bible verse from
go ahead.
Ephesians. Ephesians chapter 4 and verses number 13.
Yes, preachers here.
You're listening to Conscious Vibes.
Ephesians 4:13. Here I go. He said, I can do everything through him who gives me strength. That means they are telling you they can do everything
through God,
through him, through God who gives them strength.
Why not her? God can be a woman, right?
I wanted to ask, why not her? Always he. Why not God she? But always he. This tells you those who even wrote the book, they are his. They are not she's. If they were to be she's, you will see in the beginning. And God created man according to her
There's no image. This universe, this multiverse, this Milky Way, it's been there forever, and it's not gonna go anywhere. People just do some study.
So when they are telling you, with God, all things are possible. They are waiting for God to come and do possibilities in their life. But you can never tell this to a Chinese or an Indian.
That's my problem.
I was watching a video when a Chinese man was giving some advice, or he was encouraging people, motivational message on TikTok, and he said, Chinese became China today because they don't rely on any God somewhere. They depend upon themselves. They tell themselves, no God is coming to fix their continent for them. What do we need? We need good roads.
It's a shame.
God doesn't drive a car.
No.
So we need to fix our car. What do we need? We need, good school building. God doesn't have children. The children of God doesn't go to primary 1 to class 6. It is you and I. We have our children going to school. We need to get a good building.
System.
So when things are not going on. So Mr. Man, I keep saying this. I love repeating words because words are powerful.
Yes.
This is Africa, Ghana. When people on every 4 years, 7th December, Ghanaians will do one logo line. They will go and vote for a particular person, thinking the person is coming to fix their economy for them, thinking they don't have good road, so they are voting for him for good road, thinking they don't have good system. They are voting for him for good system.
Good system, yeah.
Thinking they don't have good education, voting for him to come and give them good education. But when the person comes and the things are not working, instead of them going to the person and ask him why, they march to the church and pray to a God for God to come and fix their road.
It's a coconut.
They march to the church and pray to God for God to come and give them good education. They march to the church and pray to God for God to come and bring the dollar down. Meanwhile, you never voted for God. You voted for John Mahama. So when the system is no good, I don't know why you need to go to church. God. These are the spell. Because why did they say so? They told you the life you were living, things are not moving well to you. There is a God somewhere which you need to pray to him to open a way for you.
Oh my God.
The way has been opened already. So let me tell you this thing. God. When you come to Africa, Ghana, there is a place called barbering shop. Before you enter, you will see the right push. It is already open. You only need to push
the door.
But the Christian, the African man, will go and stand beside the gate and be praying. Instead of pushing the gate, he will be praying, God, I break the door. And I break the door. Any door locked by my enemies. Any door locked by my witches. My family witches. I break the door. No, this is not the time to break the door. This is the time to push the door. God has already opened the door. Just push the door and enter. But Christian man will go and be breaking somebody's glass, somebody's door. You see?
Recently, I saw a pastor with about a couple of passports, maybe 5 or 6 passports, and he was chanting, "Here Baba, here Baba," because people want to go to abroad. Really?
People want to go to abroad. They don't want to live in Ghana here.
But even if you don't want to live there, I mean,
pray. Why can't you pray to that God? So that God, you will stay here and you feel comfortable. But always you want to pray to that God for that God to open a way. Say he's a God who open a way where there is no way. No God can open a way when there is no way.
Yahuda, listen. When there is
not a way, they cannot pass. There is no way. No God can open a way there.
Listen, Yahuda, the first time when I was coming to the United States, okay, I used to go to Europe. I used to trade from Europe to Africa, use ties. I used to get them from Germany and ship them to Ghana to sell. And I decided to come to America and then maybe go to school later. That's why I came here, because Germany, I didn't like the language there. I learned English in Africa in high school, and now I'm gonna learn German, to go to school. So I decided to come to America. But you know what I did? I did not give my passport to any pastor to pray for me to get a visa. I went to the United States Embassy, the State Department website, and then I went through the various visa categories. Okay, and then I picked one. And then I found I prepared all the requirements, for that particular visa. Okay, I prepared them. If they want one, the first page, second page I did it like that. Had everything, my bank statement, everything. I went to the U.S. Embassy. I made an appointment. I went there. The guy went through. They didn't ask me a question. They just went through the documents. The guy was like, "I'm impressed." They put 5 years multiple. That was way years ago. 5 years multiple. Okay? Nobody, no preacher, no screw that. The preacher doesn't know what's happening in America in the State Department. Same thing with when I came here and got my green card. When I went to the immigration, they asked me, "Where's your lawyer?" I asked them, "Do I need a lawyer?" They said, "No." I said, "So what do you need?" "We need some particulars, some requirements. Do you have them?" I said, "Yeah." I mean, they didn't ask me any question. Just went through. I had everything they wanted, and I got my green card. Okay, so people have to, just use your head a little bit. Don't use your coconut. If you have a coconut on your neck, then you are an idiot. Use your head. All right, you have to have a brain in there, and if the brain is out, maybe you should pray to your pastor to ask God to swap the coconut and fill it with a real human brain so you can think. All right, so you don't need the pastor. because the pastor doesn't know what's happening anywhere. It's you that have to do your research and then get what you need. So I'm just giving an example of things that went through my life. I went through in my life. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man, go ahead.
Yeah. So, Mr. Reggae, we are telling them we don't need any God somewhere to come and do something for us again, because we are born by our parents. We have brain in our heads. Now, when you were born, the gold is in the earth already. You have the orange, you have the coconut, you have the all natural resources. So it depends on you to use your brain to change it to goose so that you use it. Simple. So I don't know why we were always expecting a God from somewhere to come and do something for us.
Ibrahim Traore is a Muslim. You know that Ibrahim Traore is a Muslim. Have you seen praying live on the TV before?
No,
That's his private life.
No. Ibrahim Traore say no.
That's his private life.
Although I am a Muslim, Allah is not coming to do nothing.
Exactly.
So Saudi Arabia president, if you have something to do for me, not mosque, because our people need company. We don't need mosque again. The churches and the mosque are too much. You come to Ghana, my country, every 4 meters. Church, every 4 meters, mosque, every 4 meters, church. So either church, mosque, beer bar, or chop bar. Either church, mosque, beer bar, or chop bar, or lotto kiosk.
Well, the lotto kiosk, appetition, and the chop bar, the three, I think they're okay.
Lotto kiosk, appetition, chop bar, mosque. Any solid dying, asa, and Ajigana afa.
Oh my God. There's no company.
Always a solid. So now I understood Nanado Dankwa why he wanted to build a cathedral for them.
Because that's what they wanted.
He said yes.
Yep.
These people, they love prayers more than working. So if I even build a factory, they will still go and pray because they think without God they are nothing. God didn't come in, they cannot do nothing. So I think Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31. I will read it, but let me say
it's fine.
Say one hour they will to I didn't
oh my God.
You see? Do you see what they did to us? After Ewurade has created you, you claim Ewurade created you. Me, I wasn't created. I was born by my papa and my mama.
Yahuda.
So papa plus mama is equals to me.
Yahuda.
Papa fuck mama way they born me. Simple as ABC.
Yahuda, the Jews are the most, they are the richest people in America. The Jews. They are the richest people in America. So you think they just sit in the synagogues all day praying for God? They own all the businesses, all the buildings. Yes.
No.
What are they doing?
Do you know their system of making money? The Jew will never buy something from non-Jew. That is how they circulate their money. So anytime the Jew want to buy something, he makes sure he goes to where a Jew is selling.
Oh my God.
That is how they make their money.
Wow.
That is how they make their money. So in the first place, we need mental freedom. And how do you call it? Human resources. When we talk about human resources, it's where the black man free his mind. Because, Mr. Reggae, if you come to my house and my room is dirty, if you don't teach me how to sweep and you sweep it and left, automatically I will still keep that dirty until you teach me how to sweep, so that I'll continue sweeping anytime it is dirty. That is what we need in Africa. We have to free our brain. Mental freedom, so that we can take care of what we have and stop disturbing God. I am telling you, there are some prayers when Christians are going to pray, as soon as God open the heaven gate and see them, God will tell Angel Gabriel, lock the heaven gate. I don't want to hear any nonsense. I am sorry. How do you have to pray when inside you enter a bus, you want to pray to tell God Angel Gabriel to come and take over the steer?
That's so...
It is nonsense.
Oh my God.
Because Angel Gabriel doesn't hold driving licenses. Why do you have to invite Angel Gabriel? So last I was saying something, if I become rich, I'll send this guy to court. Kofi Kenyatta.
What did he say?
He said, Eradi Begistiano.
Listen.
Indirectly, he's poisoning people's brain.
Well, you said you just explained because the president, ex-president, what's his name, Akufo-Addo, Yeah.
Yeah.
He was giving the people what they want. So I think Kenyatta was giving the people what they want. I don't think he's really into that.
Sometimes you want to, when you want to sell, you don't sell what you like, you sell to them what they like. So even if it is no good, they still accept it.
Exactly.
But when we decode Kofi Kenyatta's song, that song is not good for the brain because you don't drive. Don't drink and drive. So in this case, I don't know why you be telling people God should come and take over the steer.
You're listening.
No, all the angels cannot drive. So, Mr. Reggae, the problem of black people is they expect a God in a place to come and do something for them. Mr. Reggae, just imagine someone promise you. Imagine someone tells you he will do something for you. Anytime you depend upon the person, expecting something from the person
to come from there. Yeah,
that is what Christians are doing. They know they cannot live successful life until God interfere. So they always depend upon God, waiting on God. Isaiah chapter 40, let me read verses number 31.
Let's go.
That those who wait upon the Lord. So they will be waiting upon the Lord, waiting upon the Lord, waiting upon the Lord, waiting upon the Lord. And the Chinese will be building the world, waiting upon the Lord. The Chinese are taking over the world, waiting upon the Lord. Africans are waiting upon the Lord. While the Dubais have the tallest building, we are still waiting upon the Lord. Europeans, Elon Musk is taking over. We are still waiting upon the Lord. AI is taking over. No, Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 40. And here I'm reading verses number 30. So when I speak, people think it's a guy, the guy who is speaking against God. A guy was telling me, I sold my soul to the devil. And I say, okay, you see me selling my soul to the devil.
Yes.
You didn't sell your brain to religion, eh? I sold my soul to the devil. Forgetting you sold your brain to religion.
Trust me, they don't have a brain. They have a coconut sitting on their neck. They don't have a brain.
They don't use the brain. Isaiah chapter 40. And I'm reading verses number 31. Those who wait upon the Lord. So we are still waiting upon the Lord for 400 years. He said, Isaiah 40, is that verse 30 or Isaiah 40, 31? They know the quotation. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. It's a lie. Until when are we going to wait upon the Lord? Which Lord are we waiting upon?
2,000
waiting
years.
Upon the Lord of Israel. When the Israelites are fighting the Palestinians with weapons and ammunition.
Wow.
I wonder why the African man, the Presbyterian, the Church of Christ, the Sundays, SDAs, the Deeper Life, the Pentecost man will be calling upon Israel God, while the Israelites are depending upon technology. Technology is fighting for them. You are calling the God of Israel to come and fight for you. So, Mr. Man, we don't need any God from somewhere to be success. We need our brain. We need our hand. We need our natural resources. We have to make them and recycle them to succeed.
Yahuda, I remember in Germany way long time ago. I don't want to mention the years. People think I'm too old. When we used to go to Germany, anytime Ghanaians used to go. Ghanaians, there were a lot of Ghanaians in Germany before the other countries started coming in. And anytime any Ghanaian does something stupid, Yahuda, a German will look at him and do this. Here, Yahuda, watch. Yeah, anytime. I never understood that. Anytime a Ghanaian does something stupid, the German will look at him and they won't say anything, just go like this.
Action.
Then shake their head and then go. And they were telling them there is no brain here. There's a coconut sitting there. And now I understand. You see what I'm saying?
You see, these are some of the spells. Psalm 120, Psalm 127 verse 2. In vain, you rise early and stay up late, toiling for food to eat, for grant sleep to those he loves. For God, I'm coming. Psalm 127 and verses number 2.
Okay.
In vain, you rise early and stay up late, toiling for food to eat. For he grants sleep to those he loves. According to the Bible, it is in vain to wake up early in the morning to go to work. He said, for God provide for those he loves. What are you telling me?
I think, Yahuda, I think, 3,000 years ago, I think there were pawpaw everywhere. There was coconut everywhere. There was mankani everywhere. So God said, don't work. There's mankani at the back of you. Because right now, this is the year 2024.
See this one. Listen, you just said this and you reminded me a quotation I wanted to quote. Like what you just said just reminded me. Matthew chapter 6.
You're listening to
Matthew 6. And I'm reading verses number 6. No, verses number 26. If you're a Christian, just listen to this Bible verse. If this makes sense to your head, then I don't know. Either you came out from your mother's brain with your biblical cord, or you left the brain in your mother's womb.
It's not a brain. It's a coconut. They have a coconut sitting there.
In your coconut. Matthew 6 and verses number 26.
Go ahead.
You see, look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feed them. Are you not much more valuable than them? That means Matthew 6:26 is telling you, comparing him to birds, telling you the birds in the air, God feed them, so God can feed you. My friend,
sit down.
Every day you wake up, sleep, don't go to work. This Bible verse is a lie. The birds go around and eat.
Goodness.
You see the oku, you see the ikuku. You see the lopo. You see the, how do you call it? Kasasa. You see the lukututu. All of them going looking for food. So anytime you have to go and struggle for food. So if you say the God feed the bird, does the bird pay school fees? No. When the bird want to go to private, he don't need tissue.
Nope.
So if you compare yourself to the bird,
they don't need a private place. They just go anywhere. They don't. Yep. It's a shame. Trust me, it's a shame, and there's too much going on that And when we start sounding the trumpet like that, people attack us. People will come and just say some stupid things to you for just telling them to wake up. Just at least, check yourself, pinch yourself. And make sure you are alive, all right? And when you start telling them that, they hate you because they want to go to a place called heaven. That's the problem. It's not here. They don't belong here, but they belong in where? Heaven. They belong what is the Islamic place called Paradise with 73 virgins. Oh, I want to go there.
72. According to Islam, if you die and you go to heaven, you get woman 72 virgins.
I got to convert to Muslim.
You'll be firing them day and night. You are in heaven. Then you'll be firing. So I don't know. Muslims and Christians are going to the same heaven because according to Christianity, Jesus said in heaven there is no marriage. But according to Islam, their hadiths will tell you if you're a Muslim, then you follow Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him, and you enter heaven. You have 72 virgins.
Oh Lord,
then I think that heaven. I would love to go to that heaven.
I'm a Muslim. Allahu Akbar. Take me.
I think I'll go there. Mr. Reggae, listen.
Go ahead.
I want to quote a verse.
Yes, man.
1 Samuel, chapter 2, verses number 6. See, there are things, if you check with the brain, excuse my language. You see, when we speak, some Christians think we intentionally want to insult them. We are not insulting you.
Yeah.
But excuse my language, you lack the ability
to
of
think.
critical thinking.
Yeah.
1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 6. The Lord brings death and make alive. He brings down to the grave and rises up. Verse 7. The Lord sent poverty and wealth. He humbles and he exalts. He raised the poor. According to this Bible verse, the Bible is telling you it is God who made some people to be rich, others to be poor.
Wow.
You say, wow.
Why would
that
he
is
do
what
that?
the Bible says.
Why would that God do that? Why would he do that?
God. He makes some people rich and some people poor. Let's take it this way.
Okay.
Now, if there is a question to answer, or there is a question we need to ask for them to come and answer. If you're a Christian and you believe God creates some people to be poor, others to be rich, why will the poor woman or poor man who go and pray to the same God to be rich? If God created you to be poor, why do you need to go and pray telling God I want to be rich?
So can a tiger or can a lion go and pray that God, I don't wanna kill antelopes anymore, please? Can you change me? Can that happen?
Even you see, in Christianity, they have been saying something. Nobody can tell God what to do. If nobody can tell God what to do, why do you pray to God? Telling God what God to do for you. I'm asking you, Mr. Christian man, any Muslim, any Christian who say nobody can tell God what to do, God does what he likes. Okay. Then stop praying. Don't pray to God, because if you pray to God, you are telling God to do something for you.
You can tell him what to do.
Telling me nobody can tell God what to do. Then why are you praying to the same God? Are you getting my point, Mr. Reggie?
I get you. I totally get you. Yep. That's interesting.
So in this case, if nobody can tell God what to do, that means prayers doesn't work, because you are going to tell God what God to do for you. So stop praying. Wait for God, let him do. See, Christians will tell you, everything has been designed by God.
Yeah.
Our destiny is in the hands of God. So if God has predestined you, why do you need to go and pray and change God's plan? Okay. Can your prayers change God's plan?
Oh my goodness.
Mr. Man, we don't need any God in somewhere. If not you, no God can change your life. Nope. If you don't change your life, nobody can do it. No God can do it. Mr. Man, let's check something. If you need the work, who will give you the work? Human being.
Yes.
If you ask for money, who will give it to you? Human being.
Yeah.
Anything you need on this planet to be success, to be okay, you need human beings.
Yes.
But this is where Christians will tell you, or Muslims will tell you, if God didn't touch somebody's heart, they cannot do something for you. It's a lie. God doesn't touch nobody's heart. Anytime God will touch somebody's heart, that means that God become a thief for stealing somebody free will. Because, Mr. Man, if I ask you money, then you don't choose, you don't want to give it to me, then God touches your heart to give me the money, that means automatically God has robbed your free will because you didn't will to give me. It was God who forced you to give me the money. That means God has stole you. So God doesn't touch anybody's heart. Africa, it's time we wake up. Stop thinking there is a God in the sky who will come and fix our economy for us. I was telling a guy, if today Jesus come and Jesus will stay even 2 days or even 2 months, 1 year, Jesus cannot be sleeping outside. Jesus need a room to sleep.
Yes. And then remember,
his mother is no more. Mary is no more for him.
Remember,
so Jesus will automatically go to chop bar and buy food.
You remember in the Bible, he was riding a donkey. He went and took somebody's donkey.
That donkey doesn't belong to
now,
him.
If he comes here,
Mr. Man, don't go far. Mr. Man, don't go far. That donkey doesn't belong to Jesus. It was a stolen donkey.
I'm coming there. That's my point. Right now, if he comes, we don't ride donkeys. We drive cars. So if somebody has their BMW parked somewhere, and you think you are Jesus, and you're gonna just jump in and go, they're gonna put something in their head. All right. So all these happened, and I don't think they happened. These are stories. They are scripted. That's why it's called scriptures. Some man sat together. Not even women. They were all men. Sat down and wrote all the shit. And now right now it's come and it's eroding our lives and our brains, and that's ridiculous.
So sad. So sad. And the painful part of the story was this religion brainwashed our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, our wives, our daughters, by telling them there is something in Christianity in the Bible called tithing. For God to open a way for your work to go, you need to go and suffer and bring small to God, because God will also taste your sweat money.
That's the most stupid thing I've ever heard. Yeah,
God will buy food, so God need money.
That's the most stupid.
God will pay rent, so God need your money.
Yep.
God will buy land, so God need your money. God will buy car, so God need money. I was watching a video where a pastor was brainwashing them, telling them your tithe is tithing you to God. That means you pay tithe. It is the tithe. The tithe is a rope that will tithe you to God. You see how they brainwash them? They take their money and enrich themselves.
Yeah.
Mr. Reggie, please, can you help me? Can you help me?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
How can all-knowing, all-powerful God, a God who has everything in abundance, need my money before he opens my blessing? I don't understand. I want Christians to come and explain Malachi chapter 3, Malachi chapter 3, verse 7 to 10, that the Bible says, bring tithe to the Lord house for God to open heaven gates so that God will pour blessing on me. I'm still asking, what is God doing with my tithe? Either money or food.
Yahuda, as long as I don't see Asante Hene in the name in there, I don't see Gahene in the Ga King, I don't see any Yoruba King the name in there, I don't see any African king name in there, it's all crap. Trust me, it's crap. All right? Because everything they're talking about is somebody's culture. All right? I mean, the closest they came to was Solomon. And I think Ethiopia or whatever. But true African culture is not in the Bible. So I'm an African. Why should I throw away my culture and go follow some crap?
The culture in the Bible has been thrown away in the name of the New Testament because they saw it when they came to Africa. They study Africans, and you can see our culture in the Bible by pouring libation, slaughtering animals, and pouring blood and those things. So they saw it earlier, and they see if we didn't add the New Testament, these people will they will discover the identity earlier and faster. So they need to bring the New Testament and tell them now the Old Testament is not working. So now Christians black people depend on the New Testament more than the Old Testament. Because the more you study the Old Testament, the far you identify the black identity
culture in there,
That is what they did to Africans. So, Mr. Man, I am telling black people, telling Christians, especially Christians, you are powerful, you can do everything. Without God, you can do it. You are God yourself. Yes. You have the power in you. They say with God, all things are possible. But with God, killing Satan is impossible. With God, all things are possible. But with God, killing Satan is impossible. A God who created his own enemy cannot stay with his own enemy. He has to sack his enemy to his lovers. So John 3:16, for God so hated the world. That is why he sent his only enemy, Satan, to the world. That whoever follows Satan will perish in everlasting fire.
You see, this is all based on what's it called, theology, all right? Because if you look at wealth and it's interpreted in prosperity, okay, in theology is as a blessing from God, all right, obtained through a spiritual law of positive conversion and visualization, English language, and donation, all right. That's theology. Okay, so that is not God didn't say that. It's man-made.
Yeah, theology. Theology, indoctrination, man-made.
So you have to wake up. You know, I get.
Yeah, we have to wake up. That is why when you come to Christianity, every church has its own doctrine. different doctrine. Go to Pentecost. Yeah. Tell them to pray, and you cannot get ears. But when you come to Presby, you get ears and pray army and go home. Yeah. So I have an old man. He said, you don't go to any church. You don't go to Pentecost. You don't go to this place because you go and the father will say the only thing is take communion and say amen, wake up and go home. Simple as ABC. Indoctrination, theology. Oh my God. People created it, brought it to you and told you you are not enough unless you get some backup. You need a backup God somewhere. You need a backbone somewhere. You need some power engine, some power bank to empower you to do something. It's not by might, It's not by might. Say, Nyama one day. And Nyama one day. And I am his. You are the Nyame yourself. You are the God yourself. Your book say in the beginning, God created man according to his own likeness and image. So we are the resemble of the God you are talking about. So Mr. Man, see, let me do this illustration for any Christian who is praying for a God to come and help him to succeed in life. Let me do critical analysis for you. If you're a Christian listening to me or watching me, you pay the school fees for a child to go to school. Your child went to school and study. After your child study, it is time for your child to go and write tests.
Oh, Yahuda's line is breaking. Oh my God. Yahuda, your line is breaking. Oh, yeah, you're back. Yeah, you're back. Good. Your line was breaking, but you're back. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now you're loud and clear.
Now let me repeat this so get.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said I want to do this analogy for every Christian praying to God to come and help him to succeed, to listen good. If you're a Christian, if you're a religious person, then you think you have a problem. You are praying to God to come and solve the problem. It is like a parent who pays school fees for his children to study in school. It is time for the child to write exams or tests. And the child come home and call his parents to go and write the test for him. Will you do that?
Hell no.
No.
Then so you have to quit school, you know.
Your child cannot come home and tell you to go and write his exam for him. No. So you cannot pray to God to come and write your exam for you. Your problem are your exams. So when it is time to write, you have to write it by yourself. If you fail, if you win, you see, your life is in your hand.
To top that,
you don't need any God outside you to come and do something for you. The God is in you. You need yourself. You need your power. You need your ability. You need your critical thinking. You need your brain. You have power to think over what they say you cannot think over. According to Matthew chapter 6 and verse 33, he said, look for the kingdom of God first, and everything, all things shall be added to you. Luke chapter 17 verse 20, they were asking Jesus, where is the kingdom of God? Show us the kingdom of God. Jesus said, the kingdom of God will not come like I will see, but the kingdom of God is in you. It's in you. Moses went to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh asked him, who sent you? He said, I am. I am that I am. I am. Moses was talking about himself. It wasn't any God who sent Moses. It was Moses himself went there, and Pharaoh asked him, who sent you? He said, I am. I am. You are. You can do it. Everything is possible for you. If you start thinking, I can do it, it is only religion who takes the power in you, takes the power and hang the power in the sky, telling you Jehovah is coming to do for you, telling you Yahweh is coming to do for you, telling you Allah is coming to do for you. In the name of, how do you call it? Muslims will tell you, Isha Allah. That means everything is by the will of Allah. Allah doesn't play any role in your life.
Nothing.
You have ability and power to do everything. Take away Allah. Manios Allah. Allah has created you. If you claim Allah created you, if Allah will for you, if Allah will do something for you, Allah will not give you a brain in your head. Since you have brain, do away with Allah. Simple. You can do it.
Oh my God, Yahuda Quintana. You know, I used to tell people, you know, when like kids of today, when it's time, especially people, kids that go to school, you know, when it's time for exams week, they start praying. You see, they wait till the exams week, the day, or you know, the week that they're going to take the exams, then they start praying. Did you study for the exams? What is your head? Where is your head?
We used to do that.
Why you be praying to who?
When we go and write exam, then we'll go and pray. What is the prayer working for? You see, I'm telling you, there are some prayers people don't need to pray. Prayer number one.
Oh my God.
By the end of this, how do you call it? By the end of this today's topic, my promise, I will get back up. Prayer number one. Prayer number one. African woman will cook African woman will cook rice, will cook fufu, will cook kenji, will cook mbale, will cook apale, will cook kujo. After all, and tell his daughter or his son to pray over the food before we eat. Oh no. Number 2, African woman, when it is night, he's going to sleep. He will say, God, no, just sleep. The Indian man who doesn't believe in your God will sleep and wake up. The atheist who doesn't believe in your God, he doesn't pray. Yeah. He will sleep and he will wake up. So I don't know why there are some prayers, excuse my language. You sit in a car, you pray for God to come and take control over the steer. Excuse my language.
That's nonsense.
How can you pray for God to come and take over the steer while the driver is there? So in that case, the driver become confused because indirectly you are telling the driver he's not an experienced driver. So, Mr. Man, I'm telling Africans, telling Christians, we don't need any God outside us. God is inside. The Bible says, don't you know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, the temple of God? Yes, don't you know God lives in you? So use the God in you. The power is in you. The energy is in you. The brain is in you. God lives in our brain. So they will tell you God lives in heaven. This is our heaven. This is our head. They will tell you the throne of God. The throne of God is in here. That is why Roman people will do Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. They are telling you everything is here, the brain. But when the colonizers were coming, when the missionaries were coming, they saw we have the power. Africans, we our brain, our melanin, even the sun power is more. They have to give us gospel, ghost spell, ghost spell. They spell in our brain, talk to our brain, reduce our faculty, reduce our thinking ability. Finally, they told us we are nothing without God, but we are something. We are God ourselves. Mr. Man, my God. Why do you need any God somewhere to succeed? The God you are praying for, to Him for success, that you are calling your colonizers God. Yeah. Calling Allah to come and help you, forgetting when the Arabs were coming to slave you. Why didn't Allah stop them?
Exactly.
Calling the European God, Yahweh, Jesus, and this thing. When they were coming to Africa to enslave your ancestors, why didn't Jesus stop them? Now you are calling Jesus, who was watching them when they were enslaving your ancestors. A black man is in Africa. A black Muslim is praying to Allah to come and help him. When the Arabians were coming to Africa with Allah to enslave you. Why didn't Allah stop them?
In the dungeons in Africa, they had churches. They had churches at the top. They were singing praise to Jesus because they captured a lot of slaves praising Jesus.
Yes.
And you tell people, and they slavery has nothing to do with religion. Really?
If slavery has nothing to do with religion, why will the Bible say slave? Obey your earthly master. Who was the slave? Who was the slave master? Africans. They took us as slaves, and they were. The Bible tells you when somebody slap you, turn the other one. Pray for your enemies. They knew a time is coming. We are going to discover they were our enemies. So in this case, they are telling you, pray for your enemies. Yes. How can you pray for your enemy?
They don't want us to retaliate.
Pray for your enemy. But now Christians go to church, pray against their enemy. They're riding a couple. Yeah, to you. And they are your brain. Otamphobia. What's my country? If you to be there, if you buy there, you about you pay, you about you pay.
Satan is still there. They are still there. Oh my God, yeah. Stupidity. Yahuda, one thing people need to realize when we were coming to this planet, when we were coming to Earth, okay? I don't know where we came from. If anybody tells you they know where we came from, that guy is an idiot, okay? Or that person is an idiot. We don't know where we came from. Unless even science can prove it. This universe or multiverse or whatever, Mercury or whatever, has been there forever. Okay, now, when your mother was giving birth to you, she had to push for you to come out. All right. If God does everything, then women shouldn't be even, they shouldn't feel any pain. When it's time to give birth, it should pop out like that.
Simple.
All right. But now,
if God does everything, like if the women they became pregnant, they shouldn't feel any pain. They should just be in the room. Then it comes. Simple as ABC. But look at how women are suffering.
Yeah, but
look at how some of the women, excuse my language, they even go and they don't come back again.
Exactly. But if you they relate that to the Bible for relating it to Adam and Eve stuff. Okay, I understand. If Eve went and ate an apple or whatever, why is when the goat or the sheep or a dog when they're having birth, why they go through the same pain?
Did the dog eat the surplus?
Oh God!
Maybe
dogs don't eat apples.
The dog, the cows, the cat, and the goat they eat the surplus of the tree. After Adam and Hawa ate the fruit, the dog, the goat, the chicken, because when they also going to give birth, they also suffer. Okay. Maybe they eat the surplus.
Yeah, Huda, it's tough. It's tough.
Let me say this before we close.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you, they say after Adam and Hawa ate the forbidden fruit, God cursed woman. So let me say God cursed Eve, and he say women will suffer. Now, if the curse is working, any Christian who believes in Jesus, they say Jesus came and took the curse away. Jesus came and took everything away. So after you believe in Jesus, you don't need to suffer because the curse has been taken away.
Exactly.
So like every Christian, if you're pregnant and you are going to give birth, you don't have to suffer.
That's the logic.
You don't have to feel any pain because the curse has been taken away by Jesus. Because you believe in Jesus. Jesus has taken the curse which God cursed the woman. So people who should feel the pains are the people who don't believe in Jesus because they don't believe in Jesus for Jesus to take the curse away. I don't know why automatic sin, manual salvation.
And at times when women go to give birth, I mean, you can give birth naturally, but at times when they push and it doesn't come, they do, C whatever. I can't remember the procedure, but there's at times they open your stomach. They open and get into the womb and then get the baby out. At times they open down there and then so the baby can pop out. All right. If all of this is done by God and it's you have to just give birth and walk and get out. Why do we need doctors and all that? So people preaching all this, they use the hospital the most. They use the doctors the most. Maybe your God, you should worship your doctor because. Yeah, go ahead.
Ghana Blaster, omo ball and no more lose. But Mahama buy first match, almost share 5. Second match, almost share 20. Tag Ghana Blaster to be NDC. Ghana for de amu ya na monjai. Ghana Blaster NDC for monjai enye fine. Bibia na mo de akoye politics. Ade na Ghana for mo yesa. Say time na do was no. Ghana Blaster bomb match and no more lose. But Mahama buy first match 5-0. Second match 3-0. Nti Ghana for Blasters NDC. Ade na mo yesa. Bibia na mo de akoye politics.
Oh my goodness. Maybe Nana Kwame should come. Your buddy, what's his name again?
Nana Kwame
Bediako. Maybe he should come. It would be way better. Then Ghana will score more goals, okay? Because this is not enough. All right. So
okay. Mr. Reggie.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Monday is holiday. I think Monday or Tuesday is the Ramadan for these people, our brother Muslims.
Okay.
But I think last week I was trying to say something and I couldn't give the true details. So today I want to give the true details.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
According to when we tell people in the name of religion, they cast spell in our brain. So our faculty, the brain cannot function well. People think we are insulting them. I will never and I can never insult a Muslim or a Christian. No. But I say everything you believe, this is the time you have to start thinking about what you believe. Questions about your belief system. Do you know, according to the hadith, this hadith is authentic hadith. Sahih al-Bukhari. The hadith says, when the month of Ramadan starts, the heaven gates are open, the hell gates are closed, and devils are chained. That means, according to this hadith, anytime our brother Muslims will start their fasting, God will open heaven gate God will close hell gate. Then all the devils,
demons,
God will change them. God will put chain in their hand and chain them for 1 month.
Really?
Yes, it's in the hadith.
You said that.
No Muslim can doubt it.
You said that last week.
If you're a Muslim and you say I am lying, come out.
But somebody said somebody said that the hadith is not part of the Quran. That's what somebody said.
Yes, but let me explain.
Okay,
that is how they want to dodge it. It's true. The hadith is not part of the Quran, but the hadith is the explanation of the Quran.
Oh.
So for you to understand the Quran, it is the hadith which is going to explain the Quran into details. So according to the hadith, they say when the month of Ramadan starts, heaven gates are open, hell gates are closed, all devils are in chains. So every month of Ramadan, every year when the Ramadan starts, God has to catch Satan, then chain Satan.
Wow.
So my question to them after Ramadan, does God take the chain from Satan's hand or
keeps him there? But even when it's
people
changed,
still believe this. They
believe this. This is ridiculous because even if it's changed, there's all these bad things going on, and if we think that the devil, makes all these bad things happen to humans, then we are being stupid, Because if
then that means we have the Islamic Muslim Satan and the Christian Satan.
Yeah.
So every month when the Muslim Satan is under chain, the Christian Satan keeps operating. Oh.
Oh my God! Yeah, human brain is a very powerful thing to waste. They replace our head and with a big ball of coconut, So they're just water
will you answer your question?
Yeah, go ahead, please. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, go ahead.
According to Christians, Satan was sacked from heaven onto this planet,
yes.
right?
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
When you ask them what was the cause, they will tell you Satan wanted to be like God.
Like God, yep.
He said, I want to be, so Satan wanted to be like God. That is what Christians will tell you and tell you that was the reason God stuck Satan from heaven onto earth.
Yeah,
but have you asked yourself, according to Islam and Quran, why did God sack Satan from heaven? Have you asked yourself?
No, I haven't. I haven't researched that.
Do you know why God sacked Satan?
No. Can you tell us?
According to the Quran, when you read Quran chapter 7, verse 13 to 17, the Quran will tell you, after God created man, Adam, God told all the angels to prostrate, to bow for man. And Satan said, no, I won't do that. That was why God has to sack him from paradise.
But that's in the Bible too. It's in the Bible.
No, the Bible didn't say, God say they should bow down for man. The Bible and Christianity will tell you because Satan wanted to be like God.
No, Yahuda, I think I read that in the Bible before. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe a Christian told me. Because they said when God created man, God created angels, created man, and then God told the angels to bow to Adam. And
that is Quran. Yeah. That is the Quran.
Really?
That is the Quran.
Oh, I'm lost.
That is the Quran. So that is the story of Satan in the Quran. So what was the main reason for God sacking Satan? According to Quran, God told all angels to bow down for man, and Satan disobeyed. That is why Allah sacked him.
Okay,
that is according to the Quran. But according to the Bible and Christians, even in quote, it is not in the Bible. But I want to favor Christians. They say Satan wanted to be like God, God sacked him.
Yeah.
Now, are they talking about the same Satan, or everybody has his own Satan?
Okay. Apart from that question, you're telling me what Christians say is not in the Bible?
Yeah. What Christians say that Satan wanted to be like God is not in the Bible.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's not in the Bible. Satan never say he wanted to be like God. It is not in the Bible.
I think I've read that. Okay, last time you broke a quote for me. The Bible was talking about, I think, a king or somebody, and then we replaced that with Jesus.
King of Babylon.
So I think it's a similar incident, right? It looks like it's a similar incident.
That was what they stand on, but it wasn't talking about Satan. That particular Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12, which they claim to be Satan, was not talking about any Lucifer. It is talking about King of Babylon, who claimed to be like God. And it is in the Bible when Nebuchadnezzar wanted the whole world to worship him like God. So they fabricated and diverted and misquoted and mistranslated that verse to be their unseen Satan.
This has been in my head since infancy, a long time ago. I thought Satan's.
I'm telling you reality. What you heard was fiction. I'm telling you reality.
If that's what they're doing to
if there is Nyame bi won obetu omoka Nyame no ntimi ntrase ma omo nni ndi nkwase asem Nyame bi ani obetu omoka masa. There is no any God who punish them. If a God can punish them, that God should not stay for them to be robbing from us.
If I say God, I talk about other humans. If a dog,
we will deal with them.
If a dog bites one, that's God biting him. Okay.
Okay. A guy was telling me, who born dog? Who born God? I say no. That is not the correct statement. It's who born dog? Dog born dog. It's not who born God.
Why do people intentionally, throw dust in people's eye like that? It makes me blow the boy. You can't do
because when they tell you the truth, you not send the tithe and the collection. The place where they tell truth, people don't go there. Like where they keep lying because they have to manipulate you, indoctrinate you, then so that they have to take you away from your brain because when your brain opens, they will not get you as you say so so they don't want to hear from us. They are insulting us because we are letting people know the main character, the main thing. That is why they hate us. Pastors are insulting us. So some Christians are insulting us.
Why the insults?
Because they know that we are opening their eyes.
Why the insults? I know they know that we are opening their eyes, but why would they retaliate with insults?
Man, you have a business. Then you have been selling dead goat. Let me say you are a chop bar maker. You sell food. You have been selling dead goat to people, cooking dead goat to make food. Somebody saw it and start telling them, don't go to this man. He's selling dead goat. You are scattering the customers.
You hate them.
So you have to do everything. You will not allow the person because the person is selling to business.
Oh my God. It's these are all man-made. That's why I want people to understand that this wasn't written in the skies in heaven for man to copy. All right, or man to take a photo and put it on a paper. It wasn't written in the skies. All right, this is all man-made. And a lot of them pops out of our theology. Okay, you go there and they teach you things. I don't know why they should have what is it called, theology schools or theological whatever.
Theology,
yeah. Why those schools? I mean, what are they teaching? Who showed them God? Did God come down here and then tell them teach these people this or what?
That was my question to one of my distant CU. He told me the Bible was inspired by men to be written. And my question to him,
inspired by
who
God,
told
right?
him?
It says inspired by
he
God.
He says it's in the Bible. And I say, did God came and told him, I inspired them to write the Bible? Or it is the Bible who said it was inspired by God? And he said he don't know. The book is telling you that the person who wrote the book is telling you that I was inspired. It is like when you catch a thief, and you ask the thief, are you a thief? He say no. Who is your witness? He say, I am witness to myself that I am not a thief. So,
okay,
Mr. Man.
Yeah, man.
I ask him, do you know what religion does?
Go ahead.
Religion doesn't allow people to use their free will, which they claim God gave to us. Let me give you some little example. Let's go to the Bible. According to the Bible, according to Christians, once upon a time, there was a guy called Saul. Later, he became Paul. They say Paul used to buy Christians, following Christians. Whenever he see them, he unalive them, he cum them. Now, I think Jesus is powerful, God is powerful. If God and Jesus is powerful, and God can do everything, why God can't be in the sky, just train his brain for him to accept Jesus? But Jesus didn't do that. All of the sudden, the Bible says on the way to Damascus, Jesus met him, suddenly struck him down, slapped him down.
After killing a lot of people, after killing many people, now Jesus is attacking him.
They say Paul used to do that.
Yes.
And I'm saying, if Jesus is powerful, can do everything, why can't Jesus be in heaven, clean Paul's brain to clean his brain just to accept Jesus and preach Jesus? But Jesus couldn't do that. The only thing Jesus can do is to meet him on the way to Damascus, strike him down, beat him down. That means if Paul became a preacher of Jesus, it wasn't by his will. It was by beatings. He struck him down, forced him.
I get your point now. Okay, I get your point. Just like they beat us and killed us before they shoved slavery and Christianity on us.
The same thing happened.
Yep. Yeah,
they have to pull Cain on you.
Yep. To accept it.
So there are things we accepted, not by our will, not by our choice, because we saw the Cain. That is why after schooling, we forget everything. Because they beat you, you just did chew and pour. So the question again to Christians, if they say Jesus is powerful, if they say God is all-knowing, everything God can do, nothing is impossible for God. Why God can't just be in heaven? Why Jesus can't just be in heaven? Watch Paul and say, Paul, now it's okay. I know what to do. Because Bible will tell you, man heart is in the hand of God. Why God cannot just twist Paul's brain Paul to accept Jesus? But Jesus need to meet Paul on the way to Damascus, strike him down and boot him down. Why? By force. The same thing Christians are doing.
Oh my God.
Early morning when you are meditating, planning, you hear from them.
Nice.
Shouting.
Do I have to hear? It's like you believe in your God. Yeah, shut the hell up and stay in your room and do your thing. I mean, why? Why
did they?
Yahuda, it's 1:00. Yeah. Do you have any questions for me? You normally ask.
I have a question for you to answer.
Yes, man, please.
Does God retire?
God is everlasting, so he doesn't retire. He's everlasting.
So the God who took Shadrach and Meshach from Abednego from fire. Is it still there or he has retired?
The same God, never changed.
Okay.
According to the Bible.
God who opened the river, the sea, for
Moses,
Israel people to pass through. Does that God retire or is still there?
According to this Bible, same God, still living in the same castle up there. Yep.
Thank you. Continue answering. According to Acts 16, if you read, they will tell you once upon a time, Paul and Silas, they sent them to prison.
Yes.
So when they were in the prison, the church were praying, God, send your fire, God, break the prison. All of a sudden, God sent angels to the prison, break the prison of Paul and Silas, was taken away by angel. Is that God still there or that God is asleep?
Same God is still living in the castle up there. Same God, never changed.
Why the same God cannot go to prisons and break the prison and bring out innocent Christians who are in prison? Where is the angel for now?
The padlocks are now thicker and very strong, so I don't think they can do it. They have better.
But with God, all things are possible.
Oh.
Even when the padlock is still strong, it is possible for God to break it down. Where is that God?
Really?
I am telling you the God in the Bible is not real. So let me quote my boss, Abraham Dimusi.
Okay.
He said, a God which miracles are found only in a book is equal to non-existent God.
Yahuda Kentana. Yeah, man. True talk. Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, man.
If there is a wonderful God, a miracle God, which once upon a time took Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego from fire. The same God should repeat the same thing in Ghana when there is fire outbreak. If there is a God who can open sea for Israel people to pass through, when it is raining season, when rain falls and people are dying, the same God should save people. If there is a God who can take innocent Christians, innocent believers from the prison. People like Paul and Silas. The same God should go to Nsawam. Innocent Christians are there. The same God is alive. Let him do the same thing for we to believe in him. Thank you very much. If a black man, don't expect any God in the sky to come and do something for you. Your life is in your hand. Your life is not in the hand of any God. To be succeed, it is you. You need your brain power to do everything. No God. God doesn't interfere in human life. No God will come from heaven to fix our economy. A God which can fix our economy is ourselves, our president. That is why Ibrahim Traoré is fixing Burkina Faso.
Yes.
That is why Ibrahim Traoré, the Nigeria, how do you call Niger president, Burkina president, Mali president. I think now they say Togo. Togo is now joining them.
Really?
Togo, yeah.
Nice.
Togo are now joining.
Nice.
Togo are now joining.
Togo,
Africa, let's wake up.
What country is up above Togo? Is it Nigeria or Burkina Faso? Above Togo, what country is there? I can't remember the world map.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, because
But I think the French countries, the French countries are.
Oh, they're coming together. That will hurt.
The Francophones. The Francophone are now.
Amen.
I think that is how the Francophone are joining.
Amen. Well, Yahuda Quintana, everybody, you hate him to love him.
And our last announcement is Friday. This Friday coming.
Yep.
I'll be holding a show in Kaswa, which is the Bible, which is who is Jesus according to the Bible and the Quran.
Correct.
And you will love this. You will see who Jesus is. At the end of this topic, you will see Jesus never existed. The Jesus in the Quran never existed. The Jesus in the Bible never existed. All were invented. So please, I need little support.
Yes.
I need little support.
Put the number there. Put the number there. The Momo number. The Momo number. Put the Momo number there.
The Momo number is 0502 334 576. 0502 334 576. The name is Nsengokoji.